Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to week 5 here of Coalition League's Summer Split. I'm Random Minion Costa, and today we've got the Noxus division on display here. And for our first series of the day, it's going to be DoV Nightfall versus Vengeful Reapers. Two veterans here of the Coalition League. Both teams were present back in the spring split, have faced off multiple times, and will do so once again here in the last week of the regular season. And on the blue side, it's going to be DoV Nightfall in the top lane, Lord of Aces in the jungle, Gunth79 in the mid lane. It's going to be Mohawk Gaming, ADC, Poison, Lynch, and support Web Hippo. And DoV Nightfall has been having a little bit of problems in the last couple of weeks here, struggling to find themselves some wins and some cohesion within the team. They've been switching out that mid and support between Web Hippo and Mohawk, switching them back and forth here. And it looks like for now, they've settled on Mohawk Gaming in the mid lane. We'll have to see how that one works out in this series. Hopefully, it will solve some of their teamwork issues among themselves. On the red side, it's going to be Vengeful Reapers in the top lane. It's Microthorn in the jungle, Noise in the mid lane, True Hero, ADC, Drizzle, and support JD Leon 1 here. On the other hand, Vengeful Reapers struggling to find series wins. They are doing extremely well in the game, in the individual matches. Even when they lose, they definitely put up quite a fight here, and so their team never to be discounted, but they are struggling to find those 2 out of 3 wins for themselves. And Microthorn has been really solid in that top lane for them, as has Drizzle, and it's just always been lacking that little bit that they need to cross the finish line there. Now into the picks and bans for DoV Nightfall. They're banning out the Ahri, Wukong, Misfortune, Syndra, and Jin here. For Vengeful Reapers, they're banning out the Jarvan, Tristana, Galio, the Caitlyn, and the Kai'Sa as well. So a lot of ADC bans here for both teams. So Drizzle and Poison Lynch, the focus here of this matchup. And we are going to see some of the most popular ADCs being banned out. Caitlyn and Misfortune here have the most appearances right now in the Coalition League. So we'll see neither of them. And hopefully that will cause some of the lesser seen ADCs to show up as well. We also do see the flex pick of Wukong being banned out. We've seen it top. We've seen it in the jungle quite a bit. The Galio as well for Vengeful Reapers. They're banning against DoV Nightfall, and it bans out both the mid lane and the support. We've seen Web Hippo play that Galio in the bot lane to quite good effect as well. So with those bans in mind, DoV Nightfall going to pick themselves up the Thresh, Maokai, Volibear, Kalista, and Fizz here. So Kalista, first time I think we're going to be seeing it here in the Coalition League. Looks like it's going to be ADC, not in the top lane, but still really solid pickup for them. Vengeful Reapers going with a more orthodox composition with the Darius, Morgana, Trundle, Lucian, Echo. Nothing surprising there. Really strong power picks in and of themselves for Vengeful Reapers. And they're going to blind pick this top lane Darius for Vengeful Reapers here. That shows how confident they are with Microthorn on this Darius. We've seen Microthorn really hard carry games on this Darius before going 1v2, 1v3. The man is not afraid to pick that champion into pretty much anything here. And I'm really liking the Trundle pickup from Vengeful Reapers as well. It will counter the Volibear, the Maokai here, make them much easier to take down. Maokai sometimes in the late game becomes nigh unkillable, especially with an ADC like Lucian here. Yes, he does build up the Rune King, but to get into range to punish the Maokai, he puts himself at quite a bit of risk as well. So definitely a solid pickup from Noise on the Trundle to try and cut through some of the front line here from DoV Nightfall. And there's not a lot of synergy necessarily for Vengeful Reapers here. They're not looking for some sort of coordinated play in the mid-game, team fight, AoE. No, that's not what they're looking for. What they're looking for here is strength in lanes, and that's what's worked for Vengeful Reapers in the past. Just make sure you smash a lane and have a lane to carry through here, and they can do that through Microthorn. They can do that potentially through Drizzle or True Hero. On the other side, DoV Nightfall, they are a team to be very coordinated here. They've always had really solid drafting and team compositions, and this game looks to be no different here, as we do see the team fight potential coming out of them, especially with the Kalista. I'm really liking that pick there for them. In the team fights, in extended fights, you can continuously stack those spears up, and when you're rend, you can do an absolute ton of damage. But despite the strength of draft for DoV Nightfall, they have been struggling to get out of lane and get to the point where they can execute their composition properly, and they have been struggling a little bit with trying to initiate together as well. So we'll have to see if DoV Nightfall can fix those problems, make sure that they do manage to sort of work together to execute their composition together, and also the Fizz from Mohawk Gaming as well. We've traditionally seen more supportive mids from Mohawk and from Webhippo, so I'm very curious to see Mohawk on this Fizz here. Can he be that slippery assassin, get into the backline, and just basically make Drizzle's life hell here? Both teams gonna start up with the safe 5-point defense for now. Nothing particularly shocking here for either side, and we do look at the lanes. I am expecting top lane to easily go the way of Vengeful Reapers early, because that is a Darius into a Maokai, and Axe counters trees. That's how you take trees down, apparently, or so I've been told. In the mid lane, the assassin matchup's gonna be extremely volatile here between the Fizz and the Echo. Both of them happy to pick up a kill, and whoever gets a kill first can start snowballing. And if you see a lead in that mid lane, it will transition, it will very quickly snowball and transition across all the lanes here. Bot lane though, this Lucian Morgana versus Kalista Thresh. I mean, Morgana often considered a very solid counter pick into the Thresh. The Black Shield negating a lot of the damage that, or a lot of the utility, pardon me, that Thresh can't put out. And Kalista, I don't know. I don't think early is going to go her way here. Lucian known to be a bit of a lane bully. AD caster can pump out a lot of damage in short order. So I'm expecting Poison Lynch and Webhippo to play a little safer early and just look really to skill up a bit, get a couple of items under their belt. And once there's a couple of items there, I don't think Poison Lynch might necessarily win that 1v1, but I think in team fights with the Runan's Hurricane, which we often see built on Kalista's, will be able to pump out a lot of damage into the team fights, whether it be tanks or squishies here. We'll also have to keep an eye on the junglers as ever here. Gunth playing the Volibear that we started to see become very, very popular here in the league. Volibear, both in the top and jungle, have shown themselves to be extremely strong. I wouldn't say they're broken and need a nerf, but certainly brings a lot of utility and damage to the team. We've seen some interesting builds, tank builds, damage builds, utility builds here, name it. Volibear's probably tried it here. So curious to see which way Gunth decides to go for in terms of it. He is running press the attack here, so liable to be a damage oriented sort of Volibear here. We'll have to see how that one works out. Bot lane, Poison Lynch getting the ignite placed on him, did get dark binded there, take a lot of damage. Mid lane as well, Mohawk looking for that early kill. Can he find it? Yes he can. That's first blood. The turret not going to be able to take him down, and now Mohawk going to have to try and find his way out of this one, because Noise is onto him, will not be able to find it. It's a 1-for-1, but Mohawk finding the solo kill here in the mid lane early. And top lane we see Gunth now forcing a gank as well. Microthorn overextended a little bit, is going to try and flash away, but can he get away? Noise here as well now. The Chomp coming down. Where is Lord of Aces? He was trying to farm, and that's going to see Gunth go down, because Lord of Aces abandoning him there. And Microthorn, that's not a good sign when Microthorn starts getting a hit early here, especially on this Darius. And that is a bit of the signs of problems we've been seeing here from DoVN Nightfall. Not always on the same page. Bot lane though, Poison Lynch getting taken really, really low. Is going to have to use that heal to keep him alive. And that was just the 1v1 between the ADCs and the supports. Webhippo landing the death sentence onto JD there. But Drizzle just able to fire back, and that's perfectly normal in that bot lane. Lucian extremely strong in the early game, and Poison Lynch on the Kalista does need to get some stacks rolling to really get that rend, the power of that rend up. So it has to struggle against these short bursts and exchanges in the bot lane for now. And we were just talking a little bit about how the teamwork on DoVN Nightfall has been struggling a little bit here. We'll have to see how that works out. It is extremely risky. Microthorn getting taken extremely low here. And Lord of Aces finding the solo counter kill. Microthorn not respecting the damage that can come out of the Maokai there. The Sapling's getting that double damage % health as well. And that's going to put Lord of Aces in a fairly good position as well. One thing to note, Microthorn not opting to run the Ignite or Ghost that we often see on the Darius in the top lane. He went with the Teleport. Not sure if that's a sign of confidence that he could win this one, or whether it was more of trying to make sure he doesn't fall behind in terms of map pressure here. And with that, Lord of Aces is going to be able to catch up in the CS a little bit. Is going to wear the double buffs as well. Going to do a lot for him. Going to have a lot of mana to spam those spells. He is going to probably go back to base here. He's got to make sure he can match the buys from Microthorn. But Microthorn teleported into the bot lane actually. And he's looking to try and see if he can find a kill. Will not be able to do so. Poison Lynch and Web Hippo actually able to come out. And now we do have Gunth showing up. Can he find anything? Mid lane though, True Hero and Mohawk are at it again. Nothing really out of this one. Just a bit of damage. And it looks like Microthorn able to run away from Gunth. Because Web Hippo and Poison Lynch had to go back to base there. So was not able to provide pressure. Gunth not wanting to find himself once again getting collapsed and abandoned. So Microthorn burning his teleport, not going to be able to find anything really. Now Gunth ganking that mid lane there. The stun comes out and finds two, and that's going to be Mohawk potentially going down here. The Ignite taking him down while he's in the troll pole, and all five have collapsed into the mid lane. Gunth once more gonna go down here. Unfortunate for him. And really good response from Vengeful Reapers here. Their composition might not work together, but the team, the players certainly do. The collapse was so quick there. And that's going to be able to net them the first Drake of the game. The Inferno Drake here. That's going to just add more damage. It might swing that mid lane here in favor of True Hero. He did pick up the Darksteel early with that Corrupting Pot, and he's managed to find himself 3 stacks as well. So going to be really nice for him to start being able to scale up in that mid lane. And we do see Lord of Aces teleporting right back to lane immediately here. Does find himself the Ninja Tabby, so he's going to be able to negate a lot of the damage along with that Ruby Crystal, a little bit of health as well. When you look over to Microthorn, he's got a bit more of a mixed bag with the Longsword and the Ruby Crystal, so will not have the boots, will have problems trying to catch up on to Lord of Aces if Lord of Aces just runs away. And you can see the damage too right now. Microthorn not going back to base after that gank in the mid lane. Gunth was looking around. There are no wards, but he's just going to take the Scuttle and back out instead. Doesn't feel the need necessarily to gank that top lane. And Microthorn going to go back to base once again here. Is low. Not safe to stick around. And we'll see what he gets. He gets the Phage here, so that will nullify some of that boot speed. If he can start applying some damage, he can chase Lord of Aces down here. And for now, Vengeful Reapers finding themselves that lead that they want and kind of need really going into the mid game here. They don't really have much synergy in the composition, so they kind of have to make sure that they're ahead enough that they can win these team fights. Chaos will be the name of the game here for Vengeful Reapers. The messier they can make the fight, the better it is for them. And now we're seeing Noise come in. The Black Shield coming on him very early here, and that's going to force the flash out of Web Hippo to dodge the Dark Binding there. Right now, it's just a lot of attempted pressure, but nothing really top lane. Nature's Grasp coming out onto Microthorn, and the damage as well. Stormbringer comes up, but it actually disengaged, and that's not what Gunth wanted to do. And unfortunately for that, that's going to mean Microthorn going to be able to get out safe for now. Gunth going to walk into the bush. Flash out as the Twisted Advance catches Microthorn, and they're going to trade Jungler's Flash for top lane here. Unfortunately for both junglers, they're struggling to find really anything on these ganks here. Mohawk Gaming getting the short end of the trade right now. Without Chum the Waters, he can't outdamage True Hero, and True Hero still has Chrono Break available. Can look to dive. The Ignite should be coming off cooldown very shortly here. Mohawk opting to stick around. I don't know if this is the safe play for him. We've already seen him die now once to the Ignite. Troll Pole cannot stop the burn. He is going to try recalling again. It looks like he's going to get interrupted. We are going to see True Hero coming in, and that's going to be another kill for True Hero there. Mohawk, unfortunately, not impressing on the Fizz play just yet. Now we do see Web Hippo coming out. They do use the Callista ultimate there. The Fate's Call will not find anything. The Death Sentence going to miss as well, and that's going to be an ultimate down. The Dark Binding going to land on Poison Lich, and he's going to take a bunch of damage, but the box coming out here onto Drizzle. And Drizzle forced to run for the hills, and now it's going to be JD left behind. Culling coming out right now, but will it be able to find anything? I'm not sure it will. And it's going to be the Death Sentence that kills JD there, not the Ren. And Drizzle going to be left on his own. Good from Poison Lynch and Web Hippo to fire back, and they're going to need to be the ones carrying their team right now. The damage is going to be coming out primarily from Mohawk and Poison Lynch for the side of DoVN Nightfall, but the Mohawk is an assassin. It's going to be burst damage for him, so they're going to need Poison Lynch to really skill up and make sure he can apply the consistent damage in these team fights. While the action was happening in the bot lane, we do see Vengeful Reapers picking up the Herald for themselves right now, and Noise able to really control the objectives. Did pick up the Drake, did pick up the Herald as well. We'll Gonna have to see where Vengeful goes with this. They are currently in the lead just a little bit, 600 gold at 10 minutes. Not even close to the biggest leads we've seen at 10 minutes here. And they're gonna need to be the ones to be proactive. They kind of actually haven't been the ones to be proactive for the ganks thus far. It's been a lot of guns trying to make plays happen. In fact, Noise, his 1-0-1 comes off the back of a counter gank right now. So we'll have to see what they opt to do. They have been proactive regarding objectives though, and objectives do win games. So definitely not necessarily in a bad position for the side of Vengeful Reapers right now. The Mountain Drake going to be coming up in about 30 seconds here for themselves. So I do expect to see Vengeful Reapers be the one to start making moves towards that Drake here. And a roam coming up from JD right now. What is he looking to do? Has managed to dodge a lot of these Sentinels. No vision being given, and Noise gonna go into the mid lane, drop the Herald down. There's still 3 plates left on this turret. I'm not sure it will be able to go down necessarily, and True Hero has to be careful because Gunt is starting to show up in the mid lane as well. Might get collapsed on. It's just gonna skip out there. Will be safe, and there will still be a bit of health left, about half a plate left onto this mid lane right now. And sure enough, Vengeful Reapers setting up for this dragon. They do have to be careful though. They are getting collapsed on from 2 sides. This might be the first big fight we see from the teams here. True Hero going in, but I'm not sure that was the safe play. He's going to have to use his ultimate Chrono Break right away to get back out. Noise, in the meantime, had started up the Drake, and now JD getting hit by that death sentence means he might go down here. Mohawk able to just burst him with the Electrocute. True Hero's off on the side, but no Chrono Break means that if he were to go in, it'd be very, very dangerous here. And it looks like it's going to be DoVN Nightfall's Dragon, because Noise right now a little bit far away from that Drake. The Ren stacks are stacking up as well. But can he smite steal this one? No, he can't, because he's going to be dead before he gets the chance. It's going to be the Dragon secured there. A little dicey. He did go down to about 20 something health. And Mohawk Gaming just running through the jungle, chasing True Hero all the way back to his base. We'll be able to find him, take the lantern back out to safety. JD not having enough damage, will not want to fight this one. And that is 2 kills here. And the Drake for DoVN Nightfall. They are starting to fire back, and this bodes well for them here. Mid game is going to be the strength for DoVN Nightfall. So the fact that they can win that dragon fight is really, really good for them. Helps make sure they'll be at least an even footing, if not being ahead, rolling into this mid game. And really, that was Vengeful Reapers gifting that one over. You got to be wondering what they were thinking on that dragon. They were very, very split. Some of them starting up Drizzle, and Noise starting up that Drake there means they were taking damage, while JD and True Hero looked like they wanted to go for the fight instead, and True Hero aggressively engaging like that without vision. And you can see right now they had no vision whatsoever around the Dragon Pit. Everything around the back was cleared out here by DoVN Nightfall, and so definitely just a questionable decision from True Hero there. But it looks like True Hero will be able to get the first turret at least. So this gold discrepancy we're seeing, that 1,000 about to go away right here. And it's right back to even in terms of gold right now for both teams.
Turret plating will soon fall.
And we are seeing the first major items being completed right now in the game. The Cinder Hulk here for Noise being completed in the jungle. In the mid lanes, the Lich Bane for Mohawk, as well as the Protobelt from True Hero here. Gonna be nice. And Blade of the Ruin King already completed for Poison Lynch, so we are gonna see quite a lot of damage and potentially the winning 2v2 in the bot lane right now. Top lane, Lord of Aces and Microthorn just duking it out right now. The flash coming out from Microthorn. He's looking for the engage. Bot side, that's a fight as well. It's gonna be True Hero having to Chrono Break, but he's gonna be stuck in the middle of 3. Mohawk gonna be able to secure that one. He's now 4-3-0 right now, and Noise and JD gonna have to back out. Looks like it was just a fight breaking out in the jungle here. True Hero getting aggressive, and he has to be careful. He's giving up a lot of kills. He's 2-3-2 right now. Lost all the stacks on his Dark Seal. And Mohawk Gaming going to be more than happy to be picking up the kills here for his team. He's an assassin. The faster he can scale up, the faster he can snowball, the better for him. And now Lord of Aces and Microthorn once more dueling. Lord of Aces looking like he's got the upper hand, but Noise showing up to change things there. And it's going to be the Noxian Guillotine to end this tree. He gets hacked down, and it's going to be a 1-for-0 in that top side here. Microthorn 3-1-0 right now. The only really winning lane for his team right now. So Vengeful Reaper is going to look to be able to try and carry from that top side. Poison Lynch getting hit by the turret here means that he's got to be careful going in. Will be able to dodge out the Dark Binding there, and he'll be nice and safe with the Blade of the Rune King. Will be able to sustain himself up quite quickly here. The teleport going to be used by Microthorn. They're looking to try and force plays on this bot side right now, but there wasn't enough setup, and you do see True Hero and Microthorn here both right now at the bottom side, and there's nothing for them to find. Dragon is down for the next minute and a half here, and that's going to give free reign on the top side to the side of DoV Nightfall to pick up the Herald here that is going to be spawning right as we speak. We do see, it looks like they're calling for a lane swap. That was why the teleport came down. Drizzle and JD going back to base, and they're going to run up to that top side as fast as they can right now. And I'm not sure this is good for Microthorn here. In that 2v1, I think he gets shredded. I think he gets zoned out. Kalista was a counter here against theirs in that top lane, and we're seeing the Rens being stacked up. Can they get the kill? The Ignite is down, and it's going to be Web Hippo picking that one up with an auto. And now a fight breaking out potentially in the top side here. The Stormbringer coming in. Gun putting out the pain with the lightning. Noise going to get shredded immediately. And Mohawk diving into the backlines. Looking for Drizzle. Will not be able to find him. He will. The Ignite is sufficient. And that is currently a 2-for-1. Even numbers right now. It's True Hero now looking for Lord of Aces. Gun not with him. He's going to try and chase right now. The Chrono Break is available for True Hero. He's not going to need it though, because Gunt is going to disengage, and that's going to be Shelly being the winner of this fight, because Shelly still alive, and they trade a 2-for-2 right now across the two teams. And meanwhile, Poison Lynch in this bot side just able to continue free firing onto the turret, farming up. We can start seeing a CS discrepancy forming here in this bot lane. About 50 or 45 CS difference between Poison Lynch and Drizzle right now, and that's going to only continue growing. And we do see the bot lane turret going down. That's going to be the first turret here for DoV Nightfall. Gunt coming back. He's looking for this Herald once again. The teleport from Lord of Aces. Now True Hero getting death sentence, but he might be able to find a kill onto Web Hippo here. It's going to be Drizzle picking that one up. The Chrono Break from True Hero, but he's completely out of mana right now. Will end up going down, and the smite from Gunt will secure Herald as well. They trade 1-for-1, but that's mid laner for support, and Herald ultimately goes over the way of DoV Nightfall right now. And Mohawk Gaming starting to come online. 7-4 here for the team. I'm liking the look of him on this assassin right now. True Hero, on the other hand, is struggling a little bit. He's gone 3-4-4 right now. A lot of his deaths is because he's been overextending in these fights. Now we do see the Dragon being started up by DoV Nightfall. They have the Kalista, they have their jungler there as well, so it really should be a very, very safe take for them. The only question is, can they do it without dying? Because we see Microthorn here on the side with Noise, and now we do see Gunt getting hooked in. He does not have the Stormbringer, will not have additional health. Heal being used right now early, and now Noise getting a lot of arrows stuck into him. There's no Hurricane right now, and the Rend comes out. Microthorn able to live for now, but he's living on a hope and a prayer, and that death sentence gonna consign him back to the gray room here. Now JD getting absolutely shredded by Mohawk Gaming. Soul Shackle's not gonna be enough to save him. There is no stopwatch, and so there is no reprieve. That's gonna be a 3-for-1, and now that Dragon just getting pin-cushioned right now by those arrows here. And that should be a Cloud Drake going, an Ocean Drake going the way of DoV Nightfall. And DoV Nightfall looking really good right now. They've got themselves a nice 3,000 gold lead, and they've got their carries fed. If we take a quick look at the gold right now, that's 1,400 up on Mohawk Gaming. I love that just from the straight kills he's been able to find. In that bot lane, 1,300 gold lead as well. And a lot of that is just the CS differential here, because Poison Lynch has been able to find himself a lot of alone time here. And now Lord of Aces in that top side is down a little bit of gold, but he's a tank. He doesn't need to be as fed as Microthorn. His job is just to survive and buy time for his team. While all that action was going on, we did see the inner mid turret here going down as well. So that's going to split the map for the side of Vengeful Reapers. They've got to be careful transitioning anywhere near the mid lane. There is a lot of vision here along the riverside for DoV Nightfall, and when you take a look at Vengeful Reapers, they can't extend their ward line quite as far. They've got to be careful in their mid lane. Now bot side, Microthorn getting caught out here. It's going to be Poison Lynch and Web Hippo finding him once again, and Web Hippo able to tank that up. The flash count from Microthorn will not be enough. The Rend there gonna slow him by time, and Gunt was coming in from the side. That's gonna be Microthorn going down, and Poison Lynch on a killing spree has the Hurricane built as well, so that Kalista is really gonna start hurting in the fights here. Chom the Waters coming out, will not be able to find JD, and Mohawk has to be careful here. He's gonna run into the ADC, but the burst of damage he can put up is so big. Culling not able to find him the flash to secure the double kill, and once again Noise coming in. The flash and the pillar will secure the kill. That's the shutdown going to Noise. 400 gold bounty, because that man was 10-4 before the troll found him there. But the cost of trying to kill him is racking up, because Poison Lynch, look at that attack speed right now. He's just able to pump out spear after spear into the turret. Now Noise potentially getting caught out. He was trying to stop it, the push, but he's just going to feed a free kill over to Poison Lynch right here. And they just need one more auto on this turret, but they aren't going to be able to find, because Microthorn has shown up JD to back him up right now, and if anybody can kill Poison Lynch, it is going to be Microthorn right now, so we'll have to back right out. And Microthorn, despite the really solid start he had in the top lane, wasn't able to keep it, because DoV Nightfall showing themselves right now to be a lot better in terms of their ability to rotate around the map. True Hero gonna walk into the bush here. Chrono breaking right back out, but there was a sapling waiting for him at his respawn point for the Chrono break. And right now Poison Lynch has shown up as well. Has to be careful, does get hit by the Dark Binding, and that's going to be Poison Lynch going down. True Hero being the beneficiary of that one here, and without him present, Microthorn can now just run amok. We see Microthorn himself picking up a kill, and that's going to be a 2-for-0. Chum the Water's going to be able to pick up Microthorn. The burst is solid there, and Mohawk Gaming has to be careful. Pick up a double kill onto JD. Can he find True Hero? He just needs to get past the AoE, and he finds himself a Quadra right now. Can he get the Penta? It's so tanky Noise right now. He's used the Subjugate onto Lord of Aces, and so he's going to be able to build a lot of tank stats for himself. It's taking them a day and a half to kill this one. And Mohawk gets it. That's the first Penta we see in the Coalition League in the summer split from Mohawk Gaming. There were questions about his mid lane play. Not anymore. 15-5-0. And he just picked 5 out of those 15 here in this last fight. Ace and a Penta right now for DoV Nightfall. And well played from DoV Nightfall. This is the DoV Nightfall we remember from the spring split. They just turn it on here right now and find themselves some kills here. And Mohawk just putting his team on his back in that fight. We saw Poison Lynch get caught much earlier in that fight, really not able to pump out much damage. Kalista does need a bit of time to get those spears stacking, but Mohawk just comes and says, no problem, I've got 10 kills, I'm fed, I got this, bros. And he just manages to clean up that fight really well there. And there's just so many squishies on the side of Vengeful Reapers right now that Mohawk can just really 1 or 2 shot anybody. One rotation there can net him 2 kills. We saw the double kill onto True Hero and Drizzle as well, just from the troll pole there, hopping up the Playful Tricksters. When he landed, he just got so much damage. And if you are the side of Vengeful Reaper, suddenly the game's been blown wide open. You're down 5,500 gold. You're not going to be winning any of the team fights, and you're not going to be able to even lane effectively right now against the side of DoV Nightfall. The Nyx Ocean Drake coming up in about 10 seconds. We see all of Vengeful Reapers in that bot side. They want to make sure they secure this. DoV Nightfall is starting to come up, but can they get there in time? Lord of Aces does have teleport, and Chum the Warrior is going to come out. It's going to find Noise here, and just the burst this time. He hasn't had time to subjugate. Mohawk Gaming though will get melted. Does not have a Zonia's Hourglass. Was perhaps a little overconfident. And now Poison Lynch able to continue stacking up the spears here. We do see Gunt going down as well. Poison Lynch, can he survive? He's kiting around, jumping in, will not be able to rend a second time, and that's going to leave Microthorn and Noise alive, but Lord of Aces has finally gotten here. They do ultimately trade 3 for 3 right now, and Drizzle running away. He's low on health. Microthorn as well. And it's going to be the support top lane combination here still left alive for DoV Nightfall. I think that Penta might have gotten to Mohawk Gaming's head a little bit there in that fight. He went diving in 1v5, and yeah, we have seen Fizzes pull that off, but usually with Azonias to buy themselves time for the team to engage with them. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case there. And now we do see Microthorn teleporting back to the Dragon as quickly as he can right now. looks like he might be able to take Web Hippo down, and Lord of Aces focused on that dragon. I'm not sure that was the right call. I don't think he has enough burst to take this one. And yep, sure enough, it's going to be Microthorn taking this Drake here. Questionable call here from Lord of Aces. Now the rest of Vengeful Reapers has arrived. He doesn't have the flash available, but it's taking forever to kill him. And Poison Lynch is going to be able to get some spears down in the backline. Instead, they're going to trade top laners. Microthorn for Lord of Aces here. They trade 1-for-1 in that pit, but ultimately it's going to be Vengeful Reapers coming out ahead on that one. They get themselves a Drake. They get themselves 2 kills as well. And suddenly that 5,000 gold lead doesn't look quite as daunting here. Some of the waters coming out will be able to find Drizzle here, and Drizzle gonna get popped potentially. Instead, he's gonna turn for JD. He's gonna give Drizzle over to Poison Lynch instead. True Hero using that Chrono Break once again to put himself in the middle of 3, and he's gonna get melted as well. And suddenly, DoV Nightfall's carries show up, turn the fight, and there's only Noise left alive for now. Baron might be in the cards here for the side of DoV Nightfall. There's no vision. They're gonna use the Scryer's Bloom to confirm that, and there's really next to no vision here at all for Vengeful Reapers anywhere on the map other than near their blue buff here. And with the showing of Mohawk Gaming in the mid lane, it doesn't look like Vengeful Reapers is aware that Baron is being taken at all. You can see how quickly Poison Lynch is able to take this one down as well. And I do like the Executioner's calling pickup as well from Poison Lynch. It will cut the healing of a lot of people in the team fights here. The death sentence being used here onto Noise, and the lantern from Web Hippo as well to bring in a friend in. Will be able to just stop any sort of thoughts Vengeful Reapers had of engaging. And that's going to be a Baron going over the way of DoV Nightfall here. With their carries being so fed, with the Baron buff in their hand, they can look to push in and potentially end the game here for themselves. We do see the death cap now being completed for Mohawk Gaming. He's got the stopwatch as well. So next time we see him dive in 1v5, it should have a very, very different outcome for themselves. Gwinsu's Rage Bait also completed for Poison Lynch right now. So as if he wasn't putting enough damage. As long as he can stay alive in the initial stages of the fight, Poison Lynch should be more than comfortable just shredding through the entirety of Vengeful Reapers here. And if you are Vengeful Reapers, you need to find people to get onto that backline. You need to get Poison Lynch dead. But who are they going to send? True Heroes had problems trying to find his way, navigating these fights. He's got to find himself a great flank, or Microthorn just has to throw his way into his body into that fight there. But his flash is down for the next 2.5 minutes. Will not be available to try and hunt Poison Lynch here. On the other hand, you've also got Mohawk Gaming. Who are you going to send to go deal with Mohawk? Right now, JD and Drizzle are just getting popped by a 16-6 and 2 with that Luden's Echo, with the Lich Bane, with the Death Cap here. There's just not a lot of answers to that Fizz diving. Your squishy 638 AP here for Mohawk Gaming. Now True Hero going in, trying to find the damage. He has the Chrono Break right out immediately, but it's going to be Web Hippo going down. That death sentence actually was a death sentence for himself. Now Mohawk Gaming instantly melting Drizzle. There we see that stopwatch buying him time. Will not be enough to save him, but Poison Lynch is free firing right now. You can see the bundle of arrows, and he's now going to go on to True Hero. True Hero out of mana will still be able to shut down Poison Lynch there. And Vengeful Reapers pulling a win out of this fight. They played it well. They managed to get True Hero alive and constantly stacking the damage, but now True Hero extremely low on health. Will be able to get away. That's still the inhibitor turret going down though, so ultimately a short-term win for DoV Nightfall, but considering how early the Baron, how much Baron timer they still had left, they're gonna lose it on quite a few of their members. Get the inhibitor in that mid lane as well. And now the Ocean Drake is going to be coming up in about a minute here for both teams. They're both sitting at 2 Drakes apiece right now. There are going to be super minions pushing up that mid wave though, but it will take a bit of time. So Vengeful Reapers could potentially look to try and burst this one down. Unfortunately, DoV Nightfall is all up. Will be at the Drake in time. And they might have won that last fight, but a lot of that was off the turret damage. I'm not sure they want to pick a fight here on open ground. It looks like this is the hill they're choosing to die on right now. They want to make sure they don't give this one up. Lord of Aces getting initiated on here, but the Nature's Grasp coming across will only find Noise and Microthorn here, the two tanks, so not really finding anything. Flash coming out from Web Hippo. He lands that Death Sentence onto Noise here, and Noise gonna get taken out before the fight started. That means the Smite not gonna be available. I don't think their Vengeful Reapers is gonna want to continue this. They're gonna have to back off and give this Drake over the way of DoV Nightfall. Just an unfortunate pick here for Vengeful Reapers. Noise just getting caught out a little bit, ran the wrong direction there, and a great flash Death Sentence here from Web Hippo to make sure they find the advantage, and they're gonna look to push in. There's no more Baron buff available. It has expired here. They are gonna be able to just brute force this turret, it looks like. The ultimate's coming up already on the side of DoV Nightfall. Chum the Waters is up right now, and that's the critical one for them in these fights. A lot of aces here tanking up the turret for days, and JD running into the backline, trying to get that Soul Shackles off, but did not have the stasis available. He's going to go down now. Poison Lynch going to continue pumping out the damage. Mohawk looking to get out. True Hero finding him, but that will cost him his life in exchange. Drizzle somehow still alive in these fights, and now Poison Lynch is pumping out the damage. Noise Subjugate's not going to help him there. Doesn't matter how tanky you are, because the spears just keep on stacking. Drizzle walked a little too close, and Poison Lynch going to be able to take him down as well. 18, 8, and 6 right now for Mohawk Gaming. 12, 3, and 11 for Poison Lynch here. The carries of DoV Nightfall coming online and doing work, and they're going to be able to pick up the first win of the series here. 32 minutes or 31 and a half roughly going to be the time here for game 1, and this was one hell of a bloody match. 60 kills in 30 plus minutes right here. Congratulations to DoV Nightfall. 61,000 gold at 30 minutes here. They already almost had some completed full builds here for themselves. They're just so danged far ahead in this game. And we do see True Hero ending 10, 8, and 6. Yes, he got in the back. Yes, he got a lot of kills. But the problem's he's exchanging his kills. And if you do that with a Fizz, he can skill up just as well as you can. Microthorn ending 7, 8, and 7 as well in this game. He tried to carry the team. Unfortunately, just wasn't quite able to find the kills that he needed to. Wasn't able to really carry. And I think DoV Nightfall just played that so well for themselves here. They know the strength of Vengeful Reaper's lanes, and so as soon as they could, they sought to open up the map, get turrets down, rotations going. They didn't want to stay in isolated lanes, and I think that is DoV Nightfall's strength, and we're seeing it here towards the end of the regular season, and that bodes well for them, because if they can leverage this going into the playoffs, we could see a return of that DoV Nightfall, which was sitting at third for most of the spring split here. And going into the next game, I think DoV Nightfall's composition is spot on. They don't need to change a thing here. For Vengeful Reapers, they don't really have a lot of options for bans here. They need to keep the Jarvan ban. The Tristana for Poison Lynch has been absolutely massive as well. So you need to keep some of these ADC bans targeted at DoV Nightfall. The Gallo here is a flex ban, which hits 2 players, but they might want to reconsider that, because I think the Fizz here for Mohawk Gaming was just absolutely instrumental in this game for now, and we'll have to see what Vengeful Reapers opt to do. Maybe they'll change up their own draft, look for something that would skill a little bit better rather than relying on their lane strength. Either way, we are going to head into a intermission right now while we set up for game 2, and hopefully we'll get something as spicy as that Penta that we did here in game 1.